Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and to part 4 of the Sekiro walkthrough. In this part, we've got a lot to do. We're planning to absolutely wreck 3 mini-bosses today. The first mini-boss we're about to take down is Ancient Ogre. Apparently, in Japanese, his name loosely means something like a warrior with extremely high mental discipline. On top of that, his job title is Shinobi Hunter, which basically means he's supposed to hunt people like us. Yeah, nice try. First, we're going to completely mess him up during the fight. Mentally, physically, everything. And second, we're going to absolutely ruin his professional reputation. Because where the wolf steps in, everyone else might as well sheath their weapons. These two guys in front of us are using a door plank as a shield. So, the first thing we need to do is break that door they're holding. And for that, we're going to need the loaded axe. One solid hit with the loaded axe completely shatters both their posture and their shield. And right after that, we finish the job instantly with a death blow. Okay guys, here we've got more than just the Shinobi Hunter. There are 4 extra enemies hanging around as well, and we need to deal with them first. The best way to do that is by using Gachiin's sugar. But keep this in mind, we only have 3 of them, and we will need all 3 for the 3 mini-bosses in this section. Once we've taken care of all 4 enemies around the Shinobi Hunter, we can land one of his 2 death blows using stealth. But in this run, after clearing the enemies around him, I'm going to fight him without the stealth death blow, just so you can see the worst case scenario as well.
平田のものだ。弔ってやらねば。九郎様、エマ殿。平田から逃れ、もうほとんど残っておりません。そうですか。すまぬ。流因を平田の者たちを。
I honestly have no idea why Lady Emma and Kuro are paying their respects to a dead horse here. But either way, we need to talk to this guy. And yeah, you definitely remember him. This is Anayama, former thief, current merchant. Anayama has a pretty long questline, and he actually turns into one of the best merchants in the game, which is kind of awkward, honestly. Because it's never a great look when one of the top merchants in your game has a solid background in stealing and looting. Okay guys, our next fight is basically going down in a pro wrestling ring. And this mini boss, Chained Ogre, is pretty much the legendary Randy Orton, with those clean picture perfect dropkicks. I'm not even joking. The Chained Ogre doesn't use weapons at all. He comes at us with punches, kicks and straight up dropkicks. And in Sekiro, anytime an enemy fights you barehanded, you know that fight is going to be rough. His most dangerous move is the grab. If your vitality isn't close to full, that grab can straight up one-shot you. And if the grab plus a couple of heavy punches somehow doesn't kill you, he'll just toss you backward. If you're unlucky and the throw goes toward the cliff on the right, that's it. Sekiro is done. This is the first fight in the game where we have to focus purely on chipping away at the boss's health. Deflecting, dodging, and backing off here are mostly about not taking damage, not dealing it. Also, remember this rule. Any enemy you see with red eyes in Sekiro is extremely weak to fire. And that's exactly what we are going to use against the Chained Ogre. Our strategy is simple. First, avoid his grab attacks. Then, throw oil and use the flame vent. Once he's on fire, don't get greedy. Land 4 or 5 hits at most, then back off. And finally, let's just hope that if he does grab us, he doesn't throw us straight into the abyss. One last thing, throughout this entire fight, always keep your vitality as close to maximum as possible.
主と
はい。
お主と九郎様の幻を見た。
幻。
ああ、九郎様は今はどこにいる？
アシナの城。その天守近くで囚われとなっておいでです。ですが城の門は閉じられています。
そうか。
狼殿。では
Okay guys, here, we're fighting General Nayomori Kawarada again, for the second time. Except, for some reason his name is different now. This time he's called General Tenzen Yamauchi. Same guy, just a duplicate with a different name. Don't ask me why. Just like the Shinobi Hunter fight, this boss is surrounded by a bunch of enemies. So the plan is simple. We clear out everyone around him first. Once that's done, we can fight the boss clean, no distractions, and land one of his death blows using stealth. But of course, since this is a walkthrough, I'm the unlucky one who has to show you the worst case scenario instead. Divine Confetti is one of the most important items in the game, and for certain enemies you have to use it. And perfect timing, the first one of those enemies is waiting for us just up ahead. Divine Confetti is specifically used against apparition type enemies. Without it, these enemies take no damage at all. This item stays pretty rare until the late stages of the game. But once you defeat a specific main boss, you'll be able to buy Divine Confetti infinitely from the merchants. The guy you're looking at right now is easily one of the grossest, creepiest, and most rage-inducing bosses From Software has ever designed. His name is Headless, and fun fact, in our language, Headless kind of implies someone who's mentally unstable. This guy absolutely is. If you don't know how to fight him, he'll kill you so many times that you'll be screaming in frustration and might actually lose your voice. When the time comes, I'll show you the safest and most reliable way to deal with these headless enemies. Overall, there are 5 headless in the game, and each one represents one of the candies you can find. To fight any of them, you'll need Divine Confetti. And with the method I'm going to show you, you'll need 5 Divine Confetti per headless. So for now, don't rush into these fights, and don't lose your voice for no reason. Soon, we're going to see exactly what caused that tremor beneath our feet. With the Great Serpent, From Software created one of the coolest and most terrifying moments you'll ever experience in a video game. Pure fear and tension at the same time. One very important thing to remember. Do not attack the Great Serpent, and under no circumstances should it see you. This section is more of a puzzle than a fight. So if this is your first time here, just follow the exact path I take, and you'll be fine.
Actually shit myself.
Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.